Hi, Cy and Pete here for Music Radar.
Hello.
Today we are checking out, well, it's quite obvious which one we're checking out. This is the Quad Cortex Mini.
It is indeed.
From Neural DSP. For size purposes, we have lined up next to its bigger brother, the original Quad Cortex.
Yeah.
This is landing now. This is day one of NAMM, basically.
Indeed.
All our colleagues are all over in Anaheim, living up in nearly sunny surroundings.
Yeah.
And we're here, stuck in the lovely studio, but we get to play with this all by ourselves, which is good. So, Pete, we're going to get you to have a little play through this.
Yep.
Have a listen to some of the lovely sounds on there. And we'll have a little chat about what the main differences are on between the two. So, let's get into it.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, Pete, now,
Yes.
the obvious differences being the 4 foot switches compared to the 8. What have they done? How is this going to work? How is this sort of transpose with the old operating system?
Yeah, so the touchscreen is exactly the same as it was on the big one. So it's the same sort of 7-inch screen. All the functions there, as far as I can tell, from the few hours I have with it, are exactly the same.
Right.
Differences being the 4 foot switches. So things like getting to your different modes, you're holding these two at the side instead, and you're changing from scene to stomp and to preset, that type of thing.
Yeah.
If we leave it in preset mode, if we go into gig view, which is like scrolling the screen up, just like it is in the big one, scrolling the screen up, there we go. To get to the second set of 4, you're holding this foot switch here to change onto the second page.
Which it does say there, hold page, there we go.
Exactly. Yeah. That type of thing. And yeah, so there's all the little kind of workarounds like that.
Yeah.
Other things, the tuner, if we come out that view for a bit, is the tuner's just that there into the tuner, which is kind of similar to
similar to that, because you have those two there, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So kind of subtle difference. And this is the coolest bit, which I think I prefer this next thing above what's on the quad.
Right,
so what we're doing, if we edit like an amp or something, this encoder here scrolls along the parameter you want to edit, and then use this encoder to then edit said parameter. Now on that, you edit with the encoders in the same way, but the 8 kind of foot switches line up with kind of parameters on the big screen.
Yes.
But they're not always lined up perfectly.
They're not lined up perfectly, so you weren't actually tweaking the right one sometimes.
Yes, exactly, right?
Got it, yeah.
I prefer that. And
this is a bit more intuitive.
Yeah.
Or Etch-a-Sketch style, quite like that. Yeah.
That's, do you know what I was looking for? Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there's a plus point right there. Much better, fewer buttons.
Fewer buttons. The thing that gets me a little bit though is we've got two kind of buttons on the same level. So if you're gigging and stuff, you're going to be careful with like where you put your foot, save you having to
Of course, because
hit two at once.
there is the angled nature of the original,
Yeah.
which is a bit more useful.
Yeah, yeah.
And while we're talking about gigging, I'm going to leave that there because I'm worried that's going to fall over. This doesn't feel as giggable as this. I mean, yes, they are still very sturdy metal enclosures, but there's a lot of glass there. And I know lots of people have already been sort of, on the internet have mentioned that that looks a bit precarious with your foot and
yeah, you pointed it out earlier that even though it's the same size as screen and everything, you've got glass directly underneath the foot switches there. So I imagine it's probably really sturdy, and I imagine it's not an issue, but it's certainly a bit disconcerting to look at, really, isn't it?
So your foot's kind of hovering over the glass so precariously, I feel.
Yeah.
Whereas this, there's a bit more distance between the danger zone, as it
Exactly.
were, and where your feet are going. So, and you've used this a lot. You've gigged
quad,
with this a lot, haven't you?
Well, we use it quite a lot shooting videos next door and things,
Yeah,
so I'm pretty familiar.
Would you feel like you could take that out for gigs? Would you feel as they'll be okay as compared to the original?
If I was gigging, that would work, and it'd be good fun. It'd be quite a novelty having that small thing on my pedal board. It does all the same stuff with the quad. The processing power is the same, as far as I know.
I believe so, yeah.
And it's exactly the same stuff, so you're not losing anything in terms of sound or whatever. But if I was gigging, I think the bigger unit's the more appropriate one to take for the extra foot switches, for the fact that you've got the foot switches not on top of glass and that type of thing. More effects loops and stuff on that with the IO too.
Of course.
So yeah, I would take that for a gig. But at home it's like a studio tool. That's amazing. Like that's the whole power of the quad and a tiny little thing you can just stick on your desk. It's pretty cool.
And moving on to price.
Yeah.
It isn't a huge difference, is it? So this is still going for about £1,500, sort of £1,500. 12 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
50.
Something like that. Yeah, around about the £1,200 mark.
Yeah. So it's not a huge difference. It's not like I don't know what a lot of people thought, but my hope was, and I think a few other people were saying the same thing, it was going to be more of a midway point between the Nano and the big guy here.
Yeah.
Maybe where Nano is pure capture only, maybe there was room for something that was pure modelling only.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something along those lines, or as our colleague Stu put it, Duo Cortex or something like that. But no, this is just a smaller version.
Exactly.
Is that going to annoy a few people, do you think?
Certainly, personally, I was hoping for something that was giggable in a smaller package that did modelling. So, yeah, I reckon, something kind of like HX Stompy, but for the Quad Cortex.
Yeah.
That's what I was sort of really personally hoping for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reckon that will put a few people off, I'm sure. Having said that, though, it's still it is a different thing, which does its own thing. So
yeah.
But yeah, as a gigging device, yeah, it's not something
you feel a bit more comfortable with.
Exactly.
The big guy. Yeah. And we're saying like we don't exactly know what's under the hood, but we're assuming it's the same stuff. They've obviously crammed it all in a smaller box.
Yes.
But the OS is all the same.
Yeah, as far as I can tell so far.
Yeah.
There was no kind of learning curve switching between the big one and the small one or anything. It was just straight in.
And the only thing we noticed actually was that the presets are numbered slightly differently. So I don't know if that's. I don't know. So I think what was it? 11D. Excuse me.
You pointed that out earlier. I had missed that myself.
Just because I'm just going to show you this now. So Captain Morg, we'll do it on the top-down one. 11D, Captain Morg on the little one. There's brother in arms, on the. There we are. I'm lined up. On the big one.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I have no idea. We just happen to notice it. So some of the presets don't add up. I mean, we're going to spend a bit more time with this. Obviously, we're going to come back. We'll be using it more often and hopefully discovering new things. So thanks for that, Pete. It's lovely to have you here playing and showing us the Quad Cortex Mini. Love to know what you guys think. Do hit the comments section for, let us know what you think about the Mini. Do you want one? Do you think it's worth it? Would you sell one of these to get that, or what would you prefer? We'd like to hear what you think. Don't forget to do all the liking, subscribing and notification buttons and all that stuff. And we'll see you soon for some more gear demos. Until then, cheers.